Okay, Connor has a simple would you rather.
All right.
Would you rather be forced to eat at Taco Bell for every meal for the next 5 years or never eat there again?
Well, I think we know what Dan's answer is here.
I'm kidding.
I mean,
I do that voluntarily, pretty much.
Doing that.
Yeah,
right
pretty
now.
much.
You're 4 years in.
Yeah, but why stop at 5 years?
Every meal.
Every meal?
Yes.
How many meals are we
Fucking
talking?
way.
3 squares a day?
However many you need.
No, fourth meal's in there, too. So,
Unless you live in San Francisco and they close at 10 o'clock.
Yeah,
that's everything in
sucks.
San Francisco. That's not just
so
Taco
dumb.
Bell. That's everything. Like late night food does not exist
the
here.
city that always sleeps.
Yep.
a city sleeps.
They advertise fourth meal in their commercials, but then they close at 10 o'clock here in San Francisco.
When do they open? Maybe you can just move your schedule forward a little bit.
I think
Early enough for their breakfast, but their breakfast
They have to
sucks.
close early to clean all the human feces off the sidewalks in front of the store
see.
and inside.
That's true.
A lot of the
Yeah.
time, too.
It's just basic sanitation.
Yeah.
In the kitchen.
It's only Taco Bell. I couldn't get a
Yes.
KFC.
You can't ever eat in there.
Oh, but
No
what if it's one of
Kentucky
those
Huts.
combos?
Yeah,
No,
Kentucky Hut.
I don't think that counts.
I think you have to only eat the Taco Bell
just
menu.
said Taco Bell.
I don't. 5 years?
Yeah.
5 years.
You would
Can
die.
Can you
But,
feed me?
but,
You wouldn't make it,
but
so
you get access to all their fun new items, right? Whenever they come out with a new like quesarito or a grilled stuffed nacho or something.
that'll help.
So I mean, you get the variety at
You would
least.
die.
Yeah, because the ingredients change an awful lot.
But they're in fun shapes
food
and
items
stuff
to food
sometimes.
items.
You would
Fun
not.
shapes.
And volcano sauce, they don't always have that.
You would not make it.
I think you're right.
Yeah, you can get basic nutrition.
I'm with you.
Chicken, that's
It's not
protein.
chicken.
You got carbs in your little wraps and your taco shells, right?
Lettuce.
By the end of it, you would just
tomatoes.
be this.
I get no lettuce usually.
This quivering, fucking hairless, gelatinous mass of a human.
I've made it 31 years and I'm still alive.
but not eating it every day.
Every day.
Not far off.
Every meal, dude.
Every meal.
Like when I was a kid, I probably had Taco Bell 5 to 10
All
times a
right.
week.
So Dan, so what would be your meal? Start me off with year one.
Oh, just the usual, the go-to?
Yeah.
I always
Breakfast. Walk
Breakfast,
in.
yeah.
Breakfast.
I get a chicken quesadilla every single time I go to Taco Bell. Occasionally a steak quesadilla, but always a quesadilla. That's the one mainstay all the time.
Breakfast. You're done. Chicken quesadilla.
No, you don't just get one menu item.
Okay. What are you doing?
I get a chicken quesadilla. I would get a Mexamelt with none of the crazy sauce stuff, a cheesy roll-up, and a triple layer nacho.
All right. Breakfast is done.
Okay.
Lunch.
3 hours later, what are you eating?
I would probably mix it up with a steak quesadilla, and I would get a cheesy gordita crunch.
Nothing
and
to
now,
drink?
Well, Baja Blast.
For breakfast.
I have soda the second I wake up every day anyway. I would get a cheesy gordita crunch. Especially now that I know the sauce is something I can eat and it's not some crazy mayonnaise thing or sour cream. So I'd get cheesy gordita crunch. Always cheesy roll up. Pretty much get that every single time. And then
The cheesy roll-up is just cheese rolled up in a tortilla, right?
that is correct.
More or less.
Okay. We're still on lunch. All right.
I never ordered
Yeah.
one of those because it just seemed like a ripoff. All right, go on.
No, it's delicious.
Yeah.
I've tried
Hey,
making
I
them at
like
home.
cheese.
I've made them at home. I bought little tortillas and done it's not the same. And you don't have
no,
fire.
definitely not.
A lot of people don't have fire sauce at the ready. I always do. Let's see, lunch.
Are you saving the churro?
The churro?
Yeah, for dessert or something?
You know, I've
after
never gotten
dinner?
one of those.
what?
I don't get anything at Taco Bell that doesn't have like 9,000 pounds of cheese on it.
Okay.
I mean, you dip the churro in the nacho sauce.
No,
Pretty
don't
good.
send him.
I don't
down
even
this
really
path.
know
Please
what a
don't do
churro
that
is.
to
What do
him.
you
Like,
think a
it's just
churro
A
is?
churro is a.
Is that a cinnamon-y
No,
thing?
no,
It's a cinnamon thing.
It's a giant cheese thing that they make to look like a cinnamon.
Vinny.
Well, I also super love cinnamon desserts, so I would
Yeah.
probably love that.
Yes, yeah.
But I want to
Churro.
save all the space in my stomach for just like pure
That's why you get the
cheese.
cinnamon twists because they're kind of puffy.
Those are all right. Yeah, I used to
also,
get
they
those.
just came out with I think it's a limited time holiday item, but it's an offshoot of Cheetos called Sweetos that are like Cheetos without the cheese dust on them, and instead it's like cinnamon dust, and they taste kind of like cinnamon twists, but a little sweeter. So halfway through the bag, I thought I was going to be sick, but other than that, they were okay.
You finished the bag?
No.
Okay.
Him talking about that reminds me. Breakfast, I would throw on the Captain Crunch Delights because
Of
those are
course.
kind of
Oh,
a
those things
breakfasty. They're kind of a breakfasty, donut-y thing.
gross.
They're not gross. They're amazing. Captain Crunch is
All right.
incredible.
So
They're
dinner.
delicious.
Dinner. Okay, I would go chicken quesadilla. Go back to that, and you got to alternate a little bit.
Variety in your diet.
And then, oh man, this is a lot in one day.
Yeah.
I would definitely go with whatever novelty thing they have, whether it's a grilled stuffed nacho or a quesarito.
You understand that's not a novelty by the end of that first week, right? Like that's just
Right.
And then you
But you gotta mix it
realize
up.
you have 1,500 days of that to go.
That's fine. That's fine.
Did it say specifically it had to be 3 meals a day?
No, it just said every meal.
Okay, I mean that's
So,
like
you
I
eat one meal a day. if you
Ration
want.
that out.
right. That's
yeah.
I was I was probably not too far off from that when I was in my 1 meal a day, occasionally eat a lunch.
Right.
Sort of situation where it's like I'm gonna like stop at a drive-through on my way home. I could rotate drive-throughs, which was nice, but like Taco Bell is enough of a variety menu that like I could probably do that
For 5
yeah.
years?
Yeah.
I lived behind a Taco Bell.
It is the
actually,
chili
and it was
cheese-
just a half a block away, and I ate there every day.
I lived
put
alone
on
for a
lot of
long
weight.
time. I don't know how to make food. Like at some point, it's like, well, it's pizza, Burger King, McDonald's, or Taco Bell.
Or get a
But that's enough-
Mexican pizza at Taco Bell.
But like I imagine, like
fuck Mexican pizza.
I imagine
it's so good.
Like year 4, right? Like Dan is sitting outside in a truck in Kansas during a Thanksgiving dinner, unrolling the bag of Taco Bell and weeping as he's like lifting a gordita. Like
could
people
bring
inside-
it to dinner.
My entire family had Taco Bell on Thanksgiving last week.
Well, then I'm done here.
Two separate trips.
Next
Me and my mom
email.
went separately as my dad
On
went.
Thanksgiving Day?
Well, technically it was Thanksgiving. We went out to the bar the night before, and after the bar, we all went to Taco Bell separately because we all wanted Taco
But that
Bell.
was like
You're right.
3 in the morning.
You're right. I give up. You could do this. You could absolutely.
my
fucking
mom
do
managed
this.
one for a while when I was a
Man.
kid. Yeah, I got a lot of free
And
cheesy
she
roll-ups.
still goes there?
Yeah, it's Taco Bell. It's
No,
great
no.
food.
Like, isn't it one of those things where like, man,
It was like
at
sick-
Taco Bell.
it-
I am never.
That was
Never
like
good.
knowing people that worked at Taco Bell and they were doing stuff like I think I've said before, like just going to the bin of lettuce and putting
Don't
their
tell
face
me
in
to-
it,
oh, God.
biting as much lettuce as possible, and then chewing it and having it all.
Shut up!
Yeah.
What the fuck
When
are
I
you
worked
doing?
at McDonald's,
He wasn't. His friends were doing it.
Holy cow!
I never worked at a Taco
that
Bell.
never
I'm not
happened.
crazy.
That's a fake story.
No, that's real.
That's not real story.
That's a real
That's
thing.
a funny joke, Jeff. Love your joke. You're hilarious on this podcast.
It didn't happen, Vinny.
They had to shut down a pizza place in my town for a while because someone masturbated there and they got caught by a customer.
I think you can do that. Is it by the food?
It was in the back.
It's all by the food.
That's fine.
Who hasn't done that?
Face lettuce thing.
I worked with a guy named Ofer at McDonald's, and he would proudly announce when he had just masturbated in the bathroom, and then to freak everyone out, he would go and rub his hands all over all the fries.
Vinny,
Like, I don't even care if you masturbated. Don't rub your hands all over all the fries.
Right, it's bad then, but it's also worse if you just did wiener stuff.
I mean, I understand.
One would hope that he washed his hands. The sign says right there, employees must wash their hands when.
Ofer
going
was
to
a
the
model
bathroom.
employee, yeah.
Yeah.
Was it Ofer?
Ofer was his name.
That's
Like
fantastic.
gopher.
Like
One of
Ofer-
his eyes was completely olive colored. It didn't even have any white. I don't know. I don't know what was going on.
It was just an olive.
Ofer was a character.
I mean, it'll make you go blind.
You can't chew the lettuce and then
so
put
we're
it
eating
back.
that much Taco Bell. So my answer is no.
I think
my
you-
answer is also
I
no.
think you could do that, but I don't know that I would.
I would
the
relish
cost
it.
is just never have Taco Bell again. That's what that's the alternative.
And to
right?
me, that's not that great of a cost.
Just go to
I'll live.
Chipotle.
Fuck that.
Chipotle's too
Those are not
fancy.
even the same things.
I can
There's
live
been a
with
big
that.
E. coli problem at Chipotle lately.
Hang on. Chipotle is very, very good. It's
Their
just a
rice
bit-
is garbage.
It's too upscale, but it's good. Chipotle is a little ritzy, but it's good.
Oh, damn it. This is why I stopped following you on Twitter.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Huh, that's an interesting idea.
Ritzy?
Yeah, it's like
Ritzy.
it's Taco Bell, but I go there. I eat there when I am feeling
Dan is
fancy.
doing like a Richard Nixon thing with his hands right now.
Well, how about Del Taco?
I've only had it once on the way to E3 when I was driving with Jeff and Danny, and it was very good.
I mean, if you want shitty tacos, you can go to Jack in the Box.
Don't
that's
say
the
it.
thing,
Those
yeah.
are not tacos.
But the thing is,
Hell yeah, man.
I just
could
don't get
go
it.
to Jack in the Box.
Because people always say shitty and stuff when they're talking about any kind of fast food, and like I just don't know. Yes, health wise, it's shitty. It's just sodium and it's fat and it's awful for you. But I think they are like I think I've said this a million times. Any menu item at Taco Bell tastes better than any menu item at any place in the Mission.
Oh, fucking.
I mean that. I love burritos in the Mission. I love them.
All right, I'm
I'm going to take you to La Taqueria, and if you don't love that more than your Taco Bell filth,
I won't. But I bet I'll love it.
I am putting you in the fucking dirt.
I bet
You are done.
I bet I will love it. Not as much as Taco
But
Bell.
Dan's totally right, because in a lab
Thank you.
are 50 guys
yeah,
in
right.
guys' coats
Well, yeah, he's only right because he's being manipulated by science.
Totally.
Happily.
who are like, add more sugar,
Yeah.
add more fat, and then
Yeah.
feeding
To
it
the
to a person
refried
being
beans?
like,
Oh, yeah,
are
trust me.
you stuffed? No. Could you eat more?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, we're
Print
close.
it.
We're close.
Yeah.
You've eaten 7 tacos already. Are you full? It's weird. I don't feel full. I could eat more tacos.
I don't feel.
Okay.
I don't feel anything.
My abdomen is
face.
hard.
I can't feel my face.
I-
What is
like,
happening?
I was at a point, and I could fucking flip this switch any day, man. You want to fucking go? We can go. I could go spend $16 at a Taco Bell and eat it all.
That's a
right
lot.
fucking now.
That's a lot of Taco Bell.
But
That's
it's
maybe too much.
But it's like engineered. It's directly engineered
Yes.
to zap into your brain and be like, you would eat more of this.
Yeah, they have access to science and
yeah.
research that little mom and pop places don't have. Therefore,
Totally.
Taco Bell tastes better.
You do know-
objectively.
Yeah.
But you do know that science can be used for evil gains, right? Like science can be terrible.
It can also be delicious.
Taco Bell also, though,
Evil is often delicious.
but like Taco Bell will. I think if you mash it, if you did a blind taste test with Taco Bell. And mash the food into
Why
a
would you do
mash.
that? Why would you do that?
Because the texture of Taco Bell, like you get a stale taco, you get meat that's there is no mouthfeel to the meat. I do not
Mouthfeel?
Yeah, I do not enjoy.
Don't start throwing terms like that at him.
It's very complex.
I do not enjoy the process of eating a Taco Bell, but I will shove it in my face.
You just want to get it over with as fast as you can.
Yeah, like I'll enjoy the taste, but it's not like something that I take pleasure in eating.
You're insane. You don't take pleasure in eating Taco Bell.
It feels good.
Dan.
Okay, well, that's pleasure. What's pleasure?
The last time I had
The thing that happened to me that is like almost scary is so I'm not eating a lot of fast food lately, and but occasionally I am. It's like I'll be on the road or something like that, and I don't have access to proper food, and things happen, and you end up at a Burger King. And so I've ended up at like a McDonald's, and that's been fine. But I ended up at a Burger King, and a weird thing happened. I don't like Burger King anymore.
Yeah. Well, you'll lose. I really do think if you drop that insane amount of sugar and stuff you're getting from all that stuff, it will taste different. Like you're just not used to it. I bet.
Yeah.
And like this tastes like candy. Like this bun tastes super sweet.
Well,
too much.
For me, it's not the
totally
sweet.
too
So
much.
there's something about like the Burger King. It just tasted dirty.
Yeah.
Something I was biting into it and goes, there's a filth here that like is not okay. And maybe it's part of their char broiled, their the
Chemical
We
char.
grill
call that
marks.
whoppery goodness.
Yeah, like there's something about it specifically that just like it all went bad.
And I think here's
And
where
I felt bad.
Yeah.
I felt like it was like an
Like
end
you're
of an
a
era
changed
moment.
person.
Like,
I've had that
this
too.
is probably a good thing, but man.
I think, Dan, the discrepancy or the challenge I would say or the objection I have is that Taco Bell is not really food. Taco Bell is an engineered food product. The cheese does not come from a cow.
Taco Bell is like 2 steps away from
the
being
cheese is
fucking
still
soylent.
cheese.
It just tastes better.
It's not like it's not cheese.
I don't know if that's true.
I've never understood that it's not food argument either, because it's a thing you put in your big face and then you're not hungry anymore. That's what food is.
But it's lab
I could
food.
fill your mouth full of stones, and that would eventually settle in your stomach, and you could call that food.
like
Are you
lab food.
threatening
But you
him
know
to
what's
do-
awesome? Science.
Science is pretty good.
Science is fucking radical.
but
You know what's also terrible? Science.
yes.
Yeah.
But I'll say this about Taco
I
Bell.
want
like,
astronaut food. Like, can we just eat pills instead? Like,
I'll get you a barrel of Soylent.
So to
Yeah,
be honest,
seriously.
like there's something about Soylent I find weirdly appealing, except for the part where they haven't figured
sorry
it
that
out
I read this
and
email.
it's fucking and like whatever in its current form it sounds like a fucking
The
nightmare.
taste is pretty gross.
But whatever, like the idea of figuring this thing out and going like, hey, whatever, just take food out of the equation. We've got what you need.
Man.
Just put this amount of this inside of you, and you're good to go. I think I could probably do that.
Here's what I'll
Soylent is
say.
a venture capitalist dream.
No, yeah, like that part
Aimed
of
to
it
keep
is
up
fucking
motherfuckers like me
disgusting.
and you at our desk.
Yeah,
and
well,
never-
like that
there's
part,
another
fuck
part of
that.
it.
But like the idea of like if I didn't have to eat, I wouldn't.
Well, there's another part of that, which I think you fall, like, not all the way in this category, but, like, a little bit. There are a segment of people who literally just don't like food.
Sure.
Like, they are grossed out by food. Like,
In general?
In general. There is a small segment of people who are that and don't want to eat. Like, they don't like the way food is, or their stomach can't deal with it, or whatever. Soylent, for them,
Totally.
is presumably a decent replacement for that, but also Soylent is fucking gross.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
like
it is.
as that process gets refined, if we can get to
Yeah.
a point where like here's a pill or just a small amount of like flavored paste that like meets your needs and you won't even think about it, like that actually sounds pretty fucking good. There are foods that I like eating, but not so much that I would like totally miss it.
You know what's awesome about this conversation? I'm no longer Italian. The Italian in me has died, and it is no longer there. It feels weird, but I think
This is a direct assault on your culture.
I'm happy to help.
yeah, it's shriveled up and
Yeah.
just withered away.
No more cream and butter,
right? No more cooking.
whatever it is you people put on your food. Well, not you people
Oh,
anymore.
it just
Now
turned
you're
into
not-
melted into a pool of olive oil underneath.
You're just Vince Carvel now.
You're just a flavorless, gelatinous mass of human being that has no identity whatsoever.
It's not
Back
food.
to venture capital.
I never feel. I would never feel satisfied.
Yep.
I feel full.
That's it.
Not
That's
food.
That's
like,
it.
but
Yes.
I rarely feel satisfied by food. It's never been a part of the process for me. It's just been
tragic thing.
I'm not full anymore, and that tasted fine. So like Taco Bell totally fits the bill in that case. It's like this is fun to eat. It tastes good. They put fucking Fritos on these burritos. That's
Yeah.
pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Those are pretty awesome.
Oh, no. And I would say, Dan,
If they had those, if that was part of the 5-year plan, if it was like 5 years and guaranteed they had the fucking burritos with the Fritos on them,
When they take away the Fritos, just get the red crispy strips.
it's not the same.
It's
It's
pretty
not
good.
the
It's not
though.
the same.
The texture's good.
It's not the same.
Texture's
I
good.
also think, Dan, if I had your metabolism, I would probably eat Taco Bell every day.
Okay.
Yeah.
Also, Dan,
Yes.
you're not going to have that metabolism forever.
Oh, who knows?
That's why I work out all the time, because I want to eat just pure garbage all the time. So I go to the
This
gym
is a
every morning.
zero-sum
Garbage is a lot more
equation,
fun
man.
when you eat it sparingly.
This
though.
is a goddamn zero-sum equation.
What I have no idea what that means.
Don't worry about it.
I don't know. I mean, would you rather spend time preparing food?
That can be fun, too. I like that, too.
I would get home at fucking
10 o'clock.
8:30,
Sure.
9 o'clock, something like that. And it's like, what am I going to like blow an hour and a half preparing a meal for me? No.
Yeah, like go get 2 slices of bread, mayonnaise, and cheese, and you've got a nice sandwich.
Or on the way home, I could swing through the drive-thru and it's taken care of.
I actually make dinner on a semi-regular basis now, and you
nice.
can make food in like half an hour. It's not that hard.
Brad is
I kind of
groaning.
make my
I was
own soylent in the
horrible at it.
morning.
I could never. I never
I
got it
throw
down.
everything
Every
into a
time I tried making
blender.
food, it was just a nightmare every time.
I like it. It's fun making food.
Jeff, get a blender. Get a huge blender. Throw everything in there. Hit puree, and then you got a meal.
Yeah, if you just want the super simple Soylent stuff, just get a protein
works. I
thing,
don't-
put a banana in there, put some peanut butter in there. It's great.
Throw some Rockstar in, kind of liquefy it a little more.
I can go from
Okay,
zero
all right.
to have eaten breakfast in 15 minutes.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I didn't even know that was on the speedometer.
Yeah.
Yep.
Dan, do you ever get just some like Ortega taco shells, some cheese?
I think I tried doing that once in college. My mom used to make tacos at home, and it was good.
Taco night's fun.
Yeah, it's just
Taco night is fun. Like there are things about food that are making fun, but but in terms of just like when I was like living alone, it was just like in terms of like how I want to spend my time and stuff like that. Like it just didn't rate. It was just like the options of like, am I going to spend all this time to make this food that's probably not going to be good, and it's not that much better for me because I'm just like fucking unfreezing something, or like I don't know, I got all this chicken from Costco and this tikka masala sauce from Costco. I'm going to mix it all together. Whoops, this is too much. Well, I guess I'm just going to eat it all anyway, and then fall asleep immediately.
That's still better for you.
Yeah,
Then
I'm
some
sure
stuff.
on
There's
I'm sure
some
on
other
some
stuff.
level, yeah.
Yeah. Here's a fun tip for tacos and burritos at home. I heard this on another podcast. It was a woodworking podcast. When you're having burritos, like if you're doing soft burritos or whatever, like not the hard ones, put a burrito shell on your plate before you start eating.
A, what's a burrito shell? B, what's a hard burrito?
Like a hard taco.
Okay,
you said burrito.
Okay, and then a burrito, like a flour burrito.
like double decker. It's a double decker.
yeah.
Yeah, and then while you're eating your meal, by the end of your fourth burrito, you can roll all the remains up on the plate
that's really
and
smart.
have a last burrito.
That's pretty good.
Here's why I don't do
last
the Ortega
burrito.
thing. I don't do the Ortegas because I don't really actually like the tacos that much,
standard
especially
stuff.
hard tacos. Because I don't think I've ever successfully eaten a taco. Because every time I try to, it just falls apart and it just becomes
Bring a
total
fork.
That's yeah. You always get that.
Yeah.
But that's why I like double deckers and
we
cheesy
leave?
cheesy gordita crunches because it's got the soft thing that's
Yeah.
keeping everything in there.
How-
And hard ones just kind of fall apart. I don't know. I don't know if I've ever gotten a hard shell taco.
Have you never successfully eaten a taco?
A hard shell, like a soft shell one. I
falls apart.
never
Stuff falls
order
out.
tacos at Taco Bell. Never. I can't remember.
I
It
always
must have been
do.
10
I
years
always
ago.
do.
I never do.
I get the combo that comes with
want a
burrito.
taco.
I tried the
Sometimes I
Dorito
get
one.
soft if I'm feeling fancy.
You should go. You should
But
go.
I don't know. I actually, it's been. Well, no, it was when we were at LA Podfest. That was the last time I ate at a Taco Bell, and that had been the first time I'd eaten one in months.
You should go to the Jack in the Box, get their hard tacos because
Word.
they like microwave them so
Yep.
the shells get super soft and they seal together.
Yep.
That sounds pretty good.
And then put them inside of a hamburger.
I can feel my blood pressure rising. We have to end this
right.
conversation.
Is it the sodium level in
immediately.
this food?
Yeah. It's
So you get these
sodium level in
stand-up
this
stuffed taco
conversation is
shells.
fucked.
You get some corn. You get some quinoa
Yeah.
and some cheese.
That sounds good.
And it's was it Beyond Meat? They have a crumble. It's actually not real meat, but in the context of all the other stuff you're putting in there,
Not so bad.
Well, I think it's fine on its own.
It's
whatever.
protein. It's fine.
Yeah, it doesn't taste bad like fake meat.
just don't call it meat. It's just call it what it is.
Yes,
Yeah.
totally. I think that's the
the
thing
problem.
that I think people don't get about like meat substitute products is there are people going like there are people that have this need. You see people that like go vegan. And they're just like, oh, I need bacon, bro. Fucking bacon. Let's talk about bacon on the internet some more bacon.
I mean, look, I love bacon and everything, but Jesus Christ, come on, man, get a grip.
No shit. And I think like the fake stuff actually tastes pretty good too.
It does.
Like I'm not going to sit here and go like it tastes just like the real thing. It doesn't.
Doesn't have to.
But it doesn't have to. Yeah.
There's an
That's
vegetarian
dumb.
Chinese place in
Bacon
Berkeley
base.
that I go to occasionally, and it's just it just tastes like Chinese food. It's delicious.
Like I saw you and Patrick when you were completed that last Mario Maker level, and there like he was like, "I'm going to make you eat tofu."
Oh,
and I
yeah.
was sitting there going like, "Tofu's pretty good. It's fine.
I would do that.
Yeah, like there's no stakes in that for you,
Right.
Because there ain't no problem with tofu.
Tofu slathered in mayonnaise.
What? Okay, now I'm
Even
out.
I'm kind of
out.
into that.
I will go to bat for quinoa though. Quinoa is fantastic.
Yeah.
I love quinoa. There's a lot of stuff you can do with that.
Farro's really good too. It's a it's a
Never heard of
similar
that.
kind of
Fucking Dan, always standing for quinoa.
Quinoa's great. I eat a lot of quinoa. I love it.
Okay, quinoa, it's fine. All right,
Never
Brad.
again. Never again.
Have you learned your lesson? Never
Yep.
bring up food again.
Yep.
All right.
You could eat nothing
No.
but Taco Bell
That
for
email
5 years
just
straight.
stayed
Yeah.
buried.
You could do
If
a
you
lot
were
of
so
things.
lucky.
You could do a lot of things.
You could, yes, you could do a lot of things. The human body is resilient in a frightening way.
Dan, describe to me
Nightmarish.
We're not out. We're
where
not
you're
out.
waking up 5 years ago today. You just woke up. Where are you?
Minneapolis, downtown. That was 5 years ago today would be 2010. No, near Dinkytown, Minneapolis, 4th Street.
Now
yeah.
imagine from then until now, you have eaten nothing but Taco Bell.
Yeah, okay.
Wow. Okay.
What did you think he was going to say?
I thought he'd be like, wow, that's a really long time to really think about 5 years.
Well, okay, what percentage of meals between then and now would you say were already Taco Bell?
We're counting breakfast and everything?
Yeah.
I mean, if I'm being realistic with this estimate here, in 5 years, the percent, it's no higher than 5 or 10%.
Oh, okay.
Okay, all right.
That's still pretty.
I'd
I'd say it's maybe
guessing,
7 or 8. Maybe 7 or 8.
I was guessing 15, so that's all right.
Lately, I have it maybe 2 or 3 times a week.
All right.
Yeah. It was more back in the day, but
Do you have like a punch card or something?
no, they don't do that.
Really?
No.
Yeah, there's literally no reward for this other than
The food is its own reward. It's like
Yeah.
Nintendo and achievements.
Would you work at a Taco Bell as a food tester?
Yeah.
If the pay were good?
Why'd you add that second clause? That's
Well, because like you mean,
I don't think you would care.
If you can't support yourself, that's just tough, right?
well,
like,
support
I would do
yourself
that
by
for
eating
fun,
Taco
yeah.
Bell
Would
every
you?
day.
Yeah.
would Jeff? Would you?
I am keenly interested in trying out new things that appear at fast food restaurants and like new energy like I am fascinated by fucking low level food science in this mass produced format.
The level of ingenuity in that industry is
Sure.
staggering.
Yeah,
But don't forget-
like day one, I went and tried an Arch Deluxe.
But don't forget-
even though it had a bunch of stuff on it that I didn't want. I was like, well, I want the baseline Arch Deluxe to see what this thing's all about. Even though it's got a bunch of shit on it, I don't normally put on a burger.
But you're tasting all the rejects too, right? Everything that was like no.
I would love to know. I would love to know.
Okay.
Here's something I just remembered. You brought up the Arch Deluxe. 1 year ago, or no, 2 years ago, I had my first Big Mac.
Oh, yeah.
Really?
I had never tried it.
There's a sauce on there. I feel like
They're
you
gross.
hate.
It's gross.
Yeah.
I don't like the Big Mac
I
at all.
didn't. I
think
didn't
it's
either.
disgusting.
It was the sauce that scared me off it.
Yeah, that
but,
yellow sauce.
Well, you know
whatever that
why?
is.
Yeah, why?
Because that sauce is mostly mayonnaise.
Yeah.
it's not called mayonnaise, so I haven't tried mayonnaise.
It's got some other shit in it, but it's. I mean,
Okay. Well, I didn't really like it that much, but it seems like that's the staple of the McDonald's.
It's like
thing.
mayo and Thousand Island dressing
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I don't know, fucking carcinogens like all mixed together.
Well, I mean, if you want to
Pounder's
break
way to
down
go.
to carcinogens in food, it's in all of it.
yeah, I know.
They cook the meat.
And how did that come up? Because I remember that being a big day in the office that you had
I think
a Big Mac.
Do you?
I think Reiner.
Do you remember that?
Reiner
I
found
do.
out. Yeah, Reiner found out that I had never had a Big Mac, and so he offered to buy me a Big Mac.
And
if I
you like
ate
free
one.
food.
And I was getting way more open-minded with food, so we had like an office trip to McDonald's.
He
I
said
love
that
the
with a
idea of
completely
the
straight
middle
face.
bun. Like it's such a cool idea.
Yeah.
But
That's cool.
I think Big Macs are gross.
Wait, what do they do with the top? Because it's the bottom part of the bun, right? In the middle?
There's 3 bun parts.
No, it's like special.
They have a
made.
special middle.
Yeah.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah.
It's like a double bottom.
Are they making that McWhopper? Did you see the
What?
Did you see this?
Wait, is this like
Yeah,
Street Fighter
I
Cross
did-
Tekken?
Yeah, Burger
I
King.
think they backed off. I think
Oh,
they were
did
like,
they?
no, we're not going to collab with you, dirtbags.
Burger King reached out to McDonald's and was like, "Listen, like we make the Whopper, you guys make the Big Mac. Let's get together. Let's make some like pop up one day only shit.
Well, you know what this
It's a
is going to
Whopper
lead
with the
to.
middle
I think
bun.
McDonald's was like, look, stock's down, but like it's apparently not down anymore. So
But if
off.
if Burger King's looking for collaboration, this can only lead to the official endorsement of the Whopper burrito.
the Whopper burrito. I mean,
Yeah.
that's where this ends. Is they can
Yeah.
do if they can get a Taco Bell interested. Then you go get that. I forget what kind of burrito it was, but yeah, you would
I think
roll
it was-
up a Whopper inside of a burrito.
I think it was just a bean burrito.
I want to say it was a 7-layer.
Oh man, that's a lot of stuff to go in with the Whopper too.
But I think you would get a 7-layer with an extra tortilla on it because you're going to need that extra tortilla. And you open that thing up, you stuff a fucking Whopper in there. You get a Whopper heavy all. Mm-hmm. Which I would, so, between not liking a 7-layer and not liking most of the things they put on a Whopper, that was not the kind I got.
No.
But the original was, I believe that was how you did it. And you rolled it back up in there and then hated yourself. I don't know where it went from there. But,
Science.
Yeah.